Hey guys, what's up? It's Dinkelberg Plays. If you don't know, now you know. I wanted to talk a bit about 5 things I wish I knew before starting college. For those of you who don't know, probably many of you, most of you, if not all of you, I graduated from Texas A&M Corpus Christi in 2020 with my computer science degree. And there's a long list of things I wish I knew before I had started my freshman year. Being a first generation college student, there was a lot of things that I feel like I wasn't aware of. That if I was, it would have made things a lot easier and would have made my experience a lot smoother. Um, with that being said, I just want to talk about the first thing on this list: scholarships. Scholarships and grants. There's a lot of misconception that they're a bit difficult to obtain. Um, some people think like for every grant or scholarship you have to write like some 10-page essay, but that's not really the truth. Um, some of them it can just be as short as like a paragraph, and you get like a $500 award. But with that small amount of 500, you got to remember you can stack these scholarships, so you could get like three $500 awards. That's $1,500 to help towards your tuition. So yeah, especially with how expensive student loans are, I'm sure anybody would want to help avoid a high loan amount when they graduate. Um, so yeah, and a lot of these scholarships, people won't apply. So there will only be like 10 people to choose from, let's say, and how hard is that to beat out maybe 10 people? So in some cases maybe even 3 people, you never know. Because a lot of people see that scholarship and they'll get discouraged and say, well, I probably feel like I won't get the scholarship. It's a 3-page essay. I'm not really that good at I don't know, writing essays. I'll just look the other way. But the truth is there's a lot of other people doing that too, and you could be just the one person to actually write the essay and get the scholarship. Again, that this is helping you in your future. It's making life easier for you. And it's really not that hard. And even just besides like scholarships and grants where you have to write essays, there's actually grants that at least in my school, the A&M circle, they get that aren't given out or awarded at the beginning of the semester, and they're just pretty much put on hold. And if nobody, I guess, asks or receives them, I think the money goes back to the school. So that being said, there's been times where I've been I was struggling a bit, and I needed a grant. I just went to the financial aid office, asked, and they said they could see what they would do, and I got awarded maybe $500 just to help with my rent or my tuition. It's that simple. A lot of times they just have extra money that hasn't been given out, so if they can, they will. They will, and they can help you out. So yeah, this is just a huge thing that I wish I knew when I was a freshman, to take advantage of the grants and scholarships that are made available to you. Number 2 on the list is start strong with your GPA. A lot of people, myself included, I'm guilty of it as well, go to college in their freshman year, they goof around. A lot of social life activity, a lot of partying, a lot of ignoring responsibilities. If you don't do that, great, this isn't for you. But a lot of people can fall prey to that lifestyle. And you just want to be aware of that. Because when you first start out, you want to start out strong with the GPA, because these classes are going to be pretty easy compared to the classes you get your junior and senior year. To be quite honest, those classes are going to get pretty tough pretty fast. That being said, you want to get your GPA as high as you can those first 2 years, so that those last 2 years when things get tough and you really got to buckle down, you have kind of that safety net, and your GPA won't be starting out at like 2.5 your junior year, and now the classes are getting even harder, So start out strong, take things seriously, learn to love what you do. Again, these first 2 years are where you're supposed to be finding where you want to go, finding your niche in the job market, essentially. So really, those first 2 years, it's time to take it seriously, just as much as any other. So just keep that in mind. Keep your head straight. Remember what you're there for. And don't get distracted. which is easy to do for anybody. Number 3 on the list, internships matter. Um, Quite simple. A lot of jobs, what they're looking for, and many of you may know already, experience. They want to see that you can handle being in the job market, being an actual developer in a team, not just somebody who's working on a side project, um, solo. So it's very important to put yourself out there. There's a lot of tools that are made available to you in terms of finding jobs looking for college hires. Personally, I know I've used Handshake. It's a mobile application. If you don't know about it, you should definitely check it out. Um, yeah, it basically sets you up with jobs anywhere. I know General Motors uses Handshake. I believe Microsoft does, Google as well. It's a way for them to reach out to you directly instead of having to come to campus or maybe find you through social media or other social media. It's just really easy and really handy. You can also upload your resume to there. They will actually most likely reach out to you. That's what's really cool about it, and set up that initial conversation to get your foot in the door. A really powerful tool. Again, if you don't know about it, I would highly recommend checking that out. Um, but yeah, just look for internships. Put yourself out there. It's going to be a struggle to get them. It is a very competitive market. Um, yeah. To that point, just do your best. Apply for as many as you can, and eventually you'll get your foot in the door, and that's going to be a big boost to your career. Number 4, I would say learn to cook. That one's kind of a fun one. When I first started university, believe it or not, I actually didn't know how to cook. And for the first year or two, that definitely gave me some issues. I'd have to say I spent a lot more money than I needed to on fast food, um, and just meals that weren't really healthy in general. That's another thing. It's easy to lose track of your health when you're in college, eating a lot of fast food. So just knowing how to cook, knowing how to make little snacks and meals for yourself is really helpful, and really comes in handy. It helps you save money, helps you save your health, you know. So yeah. And number 5, last but not least, side projects are your friend. Again, these companies are going to be looking for people that put themselves out there, for people that took the extra mile, and for people that are passionate about what they do. There's a lot of people that think that just a high GPA and joining a couple clubs is going to do it for you, but that's not really the case. Actually putting your knowledge to work, creating based off what you learn, is going to put you miles ahead of anybody else. It shows that you're passionate about what you do, passionate enough to do it outside of school where you're already bogged down and time's tied up. It shows that you are a person that is a go-getter, somebody that steps outside of their comfort zone, and puts what they learn to the test. And that's really what these companies are looking for. At the end of the day, you got to love what you do. And completing a lot of side projects is going to help demonstrate that. So I would highly recommend doing stuff like that. Me personally, I was a computer science major. I know I did things like created websites, just created things like mobile applications. I know a lot of you are going to be, or will probably have to do a capstone sooner or later. If you don't know what that is, it's kind of like a final project that you do your senior year of university. And it's basically supposed to demonstrate that you have the skills needed to perform at ability in your job market. So yeah, I'd recommend looking up some capstone example projects and maybe trying to do a bit of those early, maybe your sophomore, junior year. Just getting your hands dirty a bit, getting hands-on experience, trying to get a feel for what it might be like working on a project with the team. And that's another thing. You don't have to do side projects solo. You can reach out to some friends, maybe some roommates, say, hey, would you like to start this project? I think I have this really cool idea. I'd like to see if you could help me with it. reach out to people in different majors, you know, learn some different skills. That really shows a lot. Again, at some point in your career, you're going to find yourself networking really heavily. You're going to find yourself making Teams calls 10, 15, 20 times a day. So they want to know that you guys can handle that, that you guys are prepared to be out in the open like that. But yeah, that being said, those are my 5 tips for you college freshmen out there. Really, if you can keep that in mind, I think you'll have a pretty successful start to your college career. And with a strong start, you get a strong finish. So, yeah, for all of you college freshmen out there, fun 6th tip, just enjoy it. Enjoy your experience. This is going to be one of the greatest times of your lives, no matter what anybody says. It's a time for you to enjoy. It's time for you to figure out who you are. It's time for you to find what you love, find what you don't love, find what you're passionate about, find what you're about, you know? So, yeah, with that being said, just enjoy it. Keep these 5 tips in mind, and you'll do great. Peace.